Good afternoon, all students. How are you? We need co-host. Yes. Hello, how are you all? Yes, Akshay. Good afternoon. Venkat, Gautam, Harshit, Sai Srikar, Roshan, Sai Teja, Mukesh, Akash. Yes. Good afternoon. Roshan is asking, sir, chlorocarbonyl and methyl chlorocarbonyl. What is this? Chlorocarbonyl, methyl chlorocarbonyl? What is your doubt? Bolo.
Sir, if the substituent has 2 carbons and 1 oxygen and 1 chlorine, sir.
You mean to say IUPAC?
Yes, sir.
Wait. We are one. Yes. For you, did we start a structural identification?
No, sir. Isomerism started. Metamerism homework you gave.
Is this the last?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Ethers with molecular formula C4H10O is last.
This one.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is your doubt? Tell me. You are asking.
Sir, to a cyclopropane, sir. One carbon is attached, sir. To that carbon, double bond oxygen and single bond chlorine, sir. What will name that alkyl groups? What will name that substance, sir?
This is a functional group, acid chloride. And when the
This
acid chloride carbon is not included into the parent chain, then it is carbonyl chloride. Carbonyl chloride. This is carbonyl chloride. Got it?
When we use chlorocarbonyl, then
Chlorocarbonyl is when it is used as a substituent. Suppose suppose compound is like this, and then this is a parent chain, that this is a substituent, then it is chlorocarbonyl.
sir, okay, sir. In that substituent, there are 2 carbons, sir. Then how will name that, sir?
Within this one,
Yes, sir.
okay, within this one means like this.
Yes, sir. Methyl chlorocarbonyl. This also will name chlorocarbonyl.
No, this is not chlorocarbonyl. In this, it will come to if you take this as the main branch, this is oxo 1 2 2 oxo 2 chloro. Two chloro, two oxo, ethyl. Understood?
As substituent only, no, sir.
The entire is the substituent. This is a complex substituent, in which a complex substituent you have to select main branch, then sub branches.
Then chlorocarbonyl don't work, sir.
No, this here chlorocarbonyl you cannot take alone like this.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Next, next below, any other doubts? Before this, 2 questions. These 2. Bolo, how many compounds you got here? Anyone? How many compounds you got here? When you substitute 3 into this general formula, the molecular formula will become C3H2 into 3, 6 plus 3, 9, N. C3H9 N means degree of unsaturation is 0. Du is equal to 0. Then all the functional isomers he is asking. So first I will take with 3 carbons NH2. This is a primary amine, and then one more primary amine is possible. Either this one you can write for functional isomers. This one also you can write. Then this is a secondary amine plus this is a tertiary amine. So total 3 compounds are there here. Okay. Rahul Krishna, that is a fumaric acid. Fumaric acid. This do we have isomers or only till functional groups? What is the syllabus given? What is the syllabus given? Rahul Krishna, it needs some more information to give the IUPAC name of this compound, Rahul. Configurational nomenclature, another concept is there, extended to the structural nomenclature we have taken. Okay, so after you know that concept, you can give the complete IUPAC name. Otherwise, if you want to give simple in a simple manner as an IUPAC name, Rahul, you can name this compound as a butene dioic acid. Butene dioic acid. Okay. Actually, there should be a capital E before that, E butene dioic acid, but that E we do not know at this moment. Got it? So the syllabus is given as a total IUPAC, means only IUPAC nomenclature, no isomerism. Okay, na? Next bolo. So total number of functional isomers, you see here, total number of isomers are 4, but total number of functional isomers are, including these two, either you should consider this one or you should consider this one. You should not consider both, and you cannot call all the 4 together as functional isomers. All the 4 are not functional isomers. Understanding why all are not functional isomers? These two together are not functional isomers because these two, both of them are primary amines only. Primary amines only. Okay na? The next one, if n value 2 is substituted in this, you will be getting C2 H 2 to the 4 plus 1 5 H5N. C2 H5N. What is the degree of unsaturation? Du is equal to C2 H4 means Du is equal to 1. Wait, Rahul Krishna, wait. Du is 1, and if Du is equal to 1, there may be one pi bond possible, or there may be one ring also possible. If one pi bond is there, if you take the carbon skeleton like this, then double bond can be taken between 2 carbon atoms. Double bond can be taken between carbon and nitrogen atom. And if you take the skeleton sequence of atoms like this bonding pattern, then double bond can be taken with any of the carbon atom. With the pi bond, these 3 are possible, and with the ring, this will be possible. Total 4 structures will be possible for this question. Then Rahul Krishna, the compound, the last compound you have sent is write down if you want, N-methyl propane 2 amine. N-methyl propane 2 amine. Okay na? Okay, so going to the next point, metamers. Have we discussed the metamers? Started in a metamers? I think up to here, yes, up to here we have taken. These two I have given as a homework. These two I have given as a homework. And the homework answer C, C4H10O ethers with the molecular formula C4H10O means this is 1, C3C1. This is also C3C1. This is C2C2. 3 ethers are possible with this molecular formula C4H10O. C4H10O. Okay. The next, give the relation between these two compounds. What actually these two compounds are? These two compounds are one side phenyl, another side ethyl is there. Whereas in the second compound, one side methyl phenyl, that is a toluene, another side methyl is there. The nature of alkyl and aryl groups are changed here. So if the nature of groups are altered, then they are metamers. So these two are metamers here. These two are metamers here. And you can see here the nature of alkyl and aryl groups are modified. So they are metamers. Therefore, metamers. This is a previous page. Yes. This is a Sai Teja you are asking. completed. This also completed, everyone. Anybody still copying? Completed. Okay. Then this is the one you are asking. Now take these questions. These questions have you taken yesterday? Do it. Write it. And homework. We forgot to take the homework yesterday. If we take a this should be for the 3rd July. And this will be for the next week only. 8th July. 9th July. Completed. First, let others also copy this page. Then I will show the previous pages. Exercise 1 means both part 1, part 2, right? And exercise 2 is not for classroom discussion. Exercise 2 will be your choice. Whoever student will do exercise 2, they can personally ask and clarify their doubts. Exercise 1, 3 and DPP will be discussed in class. Completed? Array, how many times array to show front page, back page? This only is happening. What is this? And the last point, see here, I told you, if you remember, I was telling you that ketones will not show metamerism. You see here one example I have given. In this example, on either side of the C double bond O group, this is one alkyl group, this is another alkyl group, C2, C2. And here, this is C3, this is C1. So nature of alkyl groups are changed or not? Nature of alkyl groups are changed or not? Yes, they are changed. If the nature of alkyl groups are changed, they should be metamers, na? If nature of alkyl groups present on either side of the functional group are changed, then they should become metamers. But why we are not calling them as metamers is because, first of all, these two are not the two alkyl chains. It is a single carbon chain. There are no two alkyl chains on either side of the functional group. Including the functional group carbon, it is a continuous single chain. So this is also a continuous single chain, and both the chains are pent only. 5 carbons are there pent only. So if pent is the parent chain, here it is at third position. 1, 2, 3. This is a 3 pentanone, and here it is at second position. Therefore, this is a 2 pentanone. So there is no difference in nature of alkyl groups on either side of the parent chain. It is only the difference in the position of oxygen, position of keto group. Therefore, they are not metamers, but they are positional isomers. This is the reason why. This is the reason why they are positional isomers, but not metamers. Take down. Completed? One page is sufficient, Akshay. Siddharth and Vijender. Okay. So with this, yes, this is that 3 questions only. The 3 questions only. Already you have copied this one. So with this first chapter, that is structural IUPAC nomenclature and structural isomerism. IUPAC nomenclature and structural isomerism chapter is over. Here one thing I want to show you how this chapter is linked to the board preparation. Okay, na? So there is a board chapter also. I have kept it here. This one. If you observe here, this is the NCERT textbook. Even you can follow through Telugu Academy book also. Only the top cover will be different. Telugu Academy state intermediate textbook, Telugu Academy book, and NCERT textbook. Inside, everything is copied from NCERT only. It is a copy paste from NCERT into the Telugu Academy book. So there is no problem. Even you are studying through NCERT textbook, or better if you are buying to buy Telugu Academy book also directly. Okay. And when you very good, Rishi is saying he has read this chapter in NCERT textbook. Very good, very good. And Akshay, tautomers will be dealt in some other chapter. I already told you tautomers required some more information, some more knowledge is required. That is why that is not kept here. That will come in another chapter after chemical bonding. Okay, don't worry, everything will be covered. We will not miss any of the chapter. And coming to this one, there is introduction part here. This is the introduction part. Then general introduction is also given, how organic chemistry has originated. It is the first compound, urea, which was prepared, and an organic compound prepared in the laboratory using an inorganic compound. Ammonium cyanate on heating converted into urea. First organic compound, Wohler synthesis of urea. Then tetravalency of carbon. Tetravalency of carbon we have prepared. We have studied in a tetravalency of carbon. Then after that, some characteristic features of pi bonds. Pi bonds also we have studied. These are all about the pi bonds. Then these are the questions to find out the hybridizations and also to find out what type of bonds are present. Have we solved the questions related to this concept or not? To count how many sigma and pi bonds are present, and also to mention what are the hybridations of the carbon atoms. Did we do or not? Done enough? Very good. The next, structural representation of organic compounds. Complete, condensed and bond line structural formulas. Have we taken or not? 3 types of structural formula taken. So these are all the examples of that only. So you need to read it. All of you have to read it once before next week board exam. Next week we are having a board practice test. So before that itself, you have to read this this chapter. Till what you need to read, I will tell. Okay, na? So this is all completed. This is all the different structural representations. Then 3-dimensional representation of organic molecules. This is much discussion is not there here. Actually, it is in a 12th standard. Even in intermediate board also, it is discussed in 12th standard only. But I will tell you, see, what is it point here is whenever you are taking a 3-dimensional molecule, the one which is through x-axis, y-axis, and also z-axis, 3-dimensional molecule, then this sp3 carbon, 2 of the atoms or groups or bonds will be coming on the plane, and remaining 2 will be perpendicular to the plane. Remaining 2 will be perpendicular to the plane. Like seesaw, we know na? Like a seesaw. This is for sitting. This is for sitting. Then a legs will be there na, like this. Understanding or not? Seesaw. Like that, 2 will be in the same plane, and 2 will be perpendicular to the first 2. 2 will be perpendicular to the first 2. Then this will be above the plane. That means towards us. We are seeing the book or like this, na? So this is above the plane and thick line. This is called as a wedge projection, wedge line, or solid wedge. And this is a dashed wedge or a dotted line, we call it as. This is a simply dotted wedge, solid wedge. It is a very difficult every time to call it. So simply during discussions, what we do is we call this as a thick line, and this as a dotted line, and these 2 as normal lines. Okay, so 2 will be normal lines, that is on the plane. 1 will be thick line, that is above the plane. 1 will be on the dotted line, that is below the plane. So in this special type of representations, 3-dimensional molecules will be shown. And you can take the help of even you are in a lockdown, you are at home, that you can take the help of YouTube and internet, and also can learn very interesting representations and videos also you can find. These are the different ways how the molecules can be represented. 3-dimensional molecules can be represented on 2D plane. Okay, so this is a framework model. Then this is a ball and stick model. This is a very famous ball and stick model, and this is space filling model. This is the model very much useful for for pharmaceutical industries, because in a pharmaceutical industries, different drugs, chemical compounds, molecules, their behavior, etc. will be studied, na? So there this will be needed. Okay, so these are different types of representations. Then classification of organic compounds, we have already taken this one. Classification of organic compounds we have taken, na? Then the next is alicyclic, sorry, classification already we have done. This one is all over. Everything is over. Then homologous series, functional group we have discussed. Homologous series also we have discussed. Then nomenclature of organic compounds. Nomenclature of organic compounds. That is what we have discussed till now. All different formulas, different points, all are discussed here also. But much more in depth, in advanced level, we have already discussed. So IUPAC nomenclature of alkanes, then straight chain alkanes, then branched chain alkanes, then the rules. All these are the rules, what to follow while giving the names. And he has given some of the examples here. Cyclic compounds namings also he has given. The nomenclature of organic compounds having functional groups, that also we have discussed. Different functional groups, their priority order and etc. are given. And then examples. And this is a information which you need to go compulsorily to know, to have the knowledge of what all these functional groups, their names, prefixes, suffixes, etc. And you can observe here, alkane is the one which do not have functional group. Only the compound which do not have functional group is alkane. Okay, remaining all compounds will have functional groups. So nomenclature of substituted benzene compound, that also we have discussed. Aromatic naming of aromatic compounds. Most of the naming of aromatic compounds is based on IUPAC, based on common names. You know it. I have given the list of compounds to remember also. So this is all that thing. And then coming to isomerism, we have discussed structural isomerism. Within structural chain we have discussed, positional we have discussed, functional also discussed, then metamerism also discussed. You see here, tautomerism is not given here also. Understanding? Tautomerism is not given here also. So it is because it is not the correct place where tautomerism to be discussed. It needs some more knowledge, some more information that tautomerism cannot be understood by you at this moment. Okay, na? The next stereoisomerism. So coming to stereoisomerism, in detail paper is not there here also. In detail discussion is not there here also. But point is that structural isomerism, whatever we have discussed earlier, structural isomerism, that is about bonding pattern. Whereas here in stereoisomerism, bonding pattern will be same. It is the difference in the arrangement of groups in space. In space, how you are arranging the groups in the molecule, in the three-dimensional molecule. So that information will be discussed in stereoisomerism. Extreme visualization is needed. So this cannot be understood at this point. That is why even they also have not given. Simply they have given the definition and left it. The compounds that have the same constitution and sequence of covalent bond, that is a same structural formula, but different in relative positions of atoms or groups in space are called stereoisomers. And this special type of arrangement, special type of isomerism is only called as stereoisomerism. And in stereoisomerism, I have already given stereoisomers are of two types broadly. That is configurational and conformational isomers. And within configurational isomers, these two types of isomers will come geometrical and optical isomers. Okay, na? So here also he has not given in any detail. So that will be discussed in the next class. Okay, na? Then this one, whatever related to bond breaking and making are there, that will come in another chapter. So up to here, you need to prepare. Up to here, that is up to 12.6. Up to 12.6, you need to read. So out of 100 examples, in 63 examples, you gave fluorocarbonyl. What is it you are telling? 63rd example you are asking? 63rd or 63 examples? All the questions in all the DPPs up to, I think, till the DPPs I have given as a homework, na? What I have given a homework. I think your DPP copy is also there here only. Yes, this is the one, na? Your DPP copy. Is this? I think this is the one. No? Let us close this. This is aromatic chain isomers. You should complete by now. You should complete till DPP 8. Okay? Till DPP 8. Should solve it. Chalo. So now let's go to the next chapter. So that is structural identification. We have to start. So leave 1 or 2 pages and start structural identification chapter. It is a photochemical. 1 second, I am removing the answers. That is why I have not given this thing. What to say? Screen share. Copy. Okay. So, starting from here. Yes, that 3 questions are for a homework. You know? That is why I have not given answers that everybody can understand. Okay, so coming to next chapter, that is your wish, Vijayendra. That is your wish. If you want to leave, you can leave, or else you can continue also. My point is, if you leave 1 or 2 pages, and if you find you will be reading different books, and you will be solving sheet, DPP, my notes, then NCERT textbook or any other material from outside, or any of the reference books you will be studying. While you are studying such books, if any new points you come across, that points to write here. That points to write here. So that is one time I'll be advising the students. Arey Roshan, you get back next step afterwards. It is chlorocarbonyl only. Methanoyl chloride is the IUPAC name of it is the suffix name. It is a suffix name. What it is IUPAC for? Wow. Which doubt you are asking when? You should understand it. Where we are in 3rd chapter, you are asking 1st chapter. And that too repeatedly messaging. You can ask later on also. Na? Do you call it as a methanoyl chloride? Is this a methanoyl chloride? This is methanoyl chloride. This is methanoyl chloride. As a suffix, methanoyl chloride, single carbon parent chain. This is a prefix. And the prefix is called as a chlorocarbonyl only, not methanoyl chloride. This is a prefix, chlorocarbonyl. And naming of fused compounds is already over, Vamsi Krishna. Naming of fused compounds, discussion is over. Spiro, bicyclo, fused bicyclo, bridged bicyclo. And also I have given examples and also shared the answers also in the group. I don't know how you have missed it. This JBR1 structural identification, and in this okay, see, chapter name is structural identification and POC1. POC means practical organic chemistry, and in this practical organic chemistry it is divided into 2 parts. One is part 1 we are going to discuss here, and part 2 will be discussed in 12th standard. Okay, na? So it is a structural identification, 1 part, and POC another part. In two segments we will be discussing this chapter. First one is structural identification. Under this 4 topics we are going to discuss. Before that, what is it we are going to do in this chapter? What is it we are going to do in this chapter, or what information we will get from this chapter is in this chapter our target is to derive the to write the structural formula of a compound. Suppose if I give you write the structure of a C5H6, will it be possible to write C5H6? There is a degree of unsaturation. Du is there for this compound. C5H12 means 6 means Du3 is there. That Du3 may be 3 pi bonds, 2 pi bonds plus 1 ring, or 1 pi bond plus 2 rings, and all 3 can be rings only. So these many possibilities are there. Within that also, again, possibilities will be there. That is it 3 double bonds or 1 double bond and 2 double bonds and 1 triple bond, or 2 triple bonds. Understanding, na? Within 3 pi bonds also, again, possibility will be there that is it that all the 3 to be triple bonds. Sorry. 2 possibilities only here. So are they 3 double bonds or 1 double bond and 1 triple bond? Total 3 pi bonds. So like that, here also possibilities will be there. Here also will be there. Here also will be there. So many possibilities will be coming. So which structure is the structure of this compound? Which is the correct structure of this compound? How do we know? We cannot do hit and trial method by writing 7-8 structures and one of it is correct. That is not the answer. So for that point, from the 7-8 structures possible to reach to pinpointedly to come to one particular structure and saying confidently that yes, the compound you have given C5H6, so and so structure, so and so compound structure is this one. This is what structural identification. But how do you identify that structure from the remaining structures is using this analysis. You will be calculating degree of unsaturation. You will be doing a monochlorination, then a hydrogenation and ozonolysis. So based on this is a theoretical. Just by molecular formula, you can calculate in the book itself. But remaining 3 are experimental. Experimentally, we have to do the reactions and get the information, and that information has to be analyzed so that to get the final structure of the compound. But experimentally doesn't mean that we will go to the laboratory and will do it. Experimentally, whatever output will come, that will be discussed here. What type of outputs can come, and using that outputs, we will be we will be deriving the structure of compound. We'll identify the structure of compound. That is why the name of this chapter itself is a structural identification or structural determination. Structural identification or structural determination. Okay, na? So before going into structural identification, first to copy this page, right? Or is it already written? And also, again, I am telling you, see, whenever I am explaining, don't write. Whenever I am explaining, don't write. Use your full efforts in understanding the concepts. After that, you keep the hand raised, and I'll give sufficient time to complete your writing, and then we will go to the next page. Down the hand once it is completed also. Completed, Siddharth? Yes. Now, going into degree of unsaturation. First point, degree of unsaturation. Already most of the information related to degree of unsaturation, we already know it. But still, again, we are revising so that it can be a revision like for you. And also some points, few points I have added newly also. Okay. Degree of unsaturation, DU, is also called as the hydrogen deficiency index. Hydrogen deficiency index, or double bond equivalence, HDI, hydrogen deficiency index, or DBE, that is a double bond equivalence. And if you take one compound, example, I have taken propane, you see, degree of unsaturation is 0. And in this propane, DU 0, if you remove two hydrogens, from where you will remove the two hydrogens? If I am removing a hydrogen, one hydrogen from here, one hydrogen from here, then there will be a pi bond coming here, that is this one. Or if I remove a hydrogen from here and from here, then a sigma bond will come between these two carbons, that is this one. So when you are removing the first two, a pair of hydrogens, when you are removing a pair of hydrogens, it may result in the formation of a pi bond or in the ring structure. That is what DU1. So whenever there is a deficiency of two hydrogens in a compound, then it may be due to the presence of a pi bond or due to the presence of a ring, and that equals to 1 DU. And another DU will be created by removing two more hydrogens. For every two hydrogen deficiency, 1 DU will be created. And the second DU you have created, that may become a second pi bond, so that it becomes a alkadiene, or a second pi bond along with the first pi bond itself, that it may be a triple bond, or a cyclic compound within which a double pi bond you will be adding, that it will become cycloalkene, so that the total degree of unsaturation will become 2 here. Okay. So therefore, with this information, you can say that deficiency of every two hydrogens leads to 1 DU. Deficiency of 4 hydrogens, DU2. Deficiency of 10 hydrogens, DU will be 5, like that. Okay, na? Copy this page. Press down the hand once it is completed. It's completed. Siddharth, Vijender, Rishi, Sai Tarun. Aditya and Viren ready? You two only are there. Are you there, Aditya and Viren? Aditya. Aditya is not responding. Okay. So going to the next page, you see here, if du is 1, then what it can be? du1. Acha, you are there online. Aditya, you completed na? Okay, I think you have completed it. If du is 1, due to the presence of, it might be due to the presence of one pi bond or one ring. If du is 2, it might be due to 2 pi bonds or 2 rings, 1 pi bond and 1 ring. If du is 3, these all combinations are possible. These all, any one of it will be possible, will be there. Okay, na? All not all types. Any one will be there. But coming to these 4 also is a very important, very much success. Reaching to this also is very much good, because if you do not know this one, infinite possibilities you will be assuming. But at least you will narrow the thinking that you will be thinking between these 4 possibilities only. Okay. Next, degree of unsaturation will give you. Degree of unsaturation can be calculated from total number of pi bonds and rings, and this is possible only when structure of the compound, full structure of the compound is given. What if structure of compound is not given? If molecular formula is given, then you have to use this formula. One is only when carbon and hydrogen are present. This is x plus 1 minus y by 2. This is the one already I have given. If you remember, this is the one already I have given. And if oxygen is present, I told you to ignore oxygen. Not only for oxygen, even for sulfur also you can ignore. And again, you can write the same formula as a CXHY as x plus 1 minus y by 2. Then if nitrogen is present, I told you to remove how many nitrogens are there, that many hydrogens to be removed from the total number of hydrogens present in the compound. And that is only y minus v. V is the number of nitrogen atoms. For each nitrogen, you have to remove one hydrogen. So the total number of hydrogens will be reduced to y minus v. And this is the formula. And if halogens are there, for every halogen, you have to add one hydrogen. So total W halogens are there, that you will add it to y, so that it will come to total number of total degree of unsaturation will come like this. What if the molecular formula has all the atoms, all the elements, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, halogen, sulfur. Already we know that you can just ignore oxygen and sulfur. For nitrogen, you have to subtract, and for halogens, you have to add. That's all. In this way, we can calculate a degree of unsaturation for any compound. And there is a hint also, whenever degree of unsaturation is 4 or more than 4, that is if du is very high, like 4, 5, 6, 7, like that, then most of the times the hint is that whenever du is more 4 or more than 4, it may be a benzene ring. Because if suppose, let us assume du5 is given, and if du5 is given without assuming a benzene, there will be so many possibilities will be there. That means like 15-20 possibilities will be there. And from 15-20 possibilities, writing and then analyzing that 1 hour will be 1 hour of chemistry will be completed, will be consumed there itself. So what you have to tactically understand is whenever degree of unsaturation is given 4 or more, then most of the times, almost 99.9999 times, it will be benzene ring only. If at all, if it is not benzene ring, then it might be some advanced level problem that you have to carefully solve it. Understanding? So this page you copy. This page you copy. Down the hand once it is completed. completed? Very good. Next concept, monochlorination. Monochlorination you can also call it as monohalogenation. First of all, what is this? Is a, suppose you take methane molecule. To the methane molecule, when you add chlorine in presence of a H nu, H is the Planck's constant, nu is the frequency of sunlight. Okay, na? So H nu means you are supplying sunlight, light radiation you are supplying, and sunlight can be given in the form of directly can be written as sunlight, or can be given as ultraviolet radiation UV, or can also be written as a H nu. So in different ways it is given. You not to get confused, I have written all types. Okay, so when you take when you treat an alkane with a chlorine or even bromine also, not fluorine and iodine, only chlorine or bromine. Why not with the fluorine? Is a reaction with the fluorine is a highly exothermic, explosive. We cannot control the reactions in laboratory, normal laboratories. Okay, na? Then iodination. Iodine also we cannot use because iodine is a very slow reactant that it will take a lot of time. That much patience we do not have to wait till the reaction is completed. So therefore, we do not do iodination also. So chlorination and bromination are the two reactions we will do. Then to the methane, the hydrogens present, all the 4 hydrogens present in a methane are similar. Any of the hydrogen you remove and put in its place chlorine, then you will be getting the same compound, that is a CH3Cl. One hydrogen is removed and chlorine is added. Removal of one hydrogen and addition of chlorine. This is what substitution. Do you agree or not? This is what is called as substitution reaction. Replacement. One will be replaced by some other atom. So that substitution can be done with any of the hydrogen. So then that product is only monochloro product. In short, we are calling it as MCP, monochloro product or MCP. And these are the MCPs we are going to discuss in detail. We'll be using a concept further in this chapter. Okay. So this is the methyl chloride, single product you will be getting. Suppose if you take ethane, in ethane 6 hydrogens are there, but substituting any of the hydrogen from these 6 hydrogens will lead to same product. whether you substitute the hydrogen from here and put chlorine, or you remove the hydrogen from here and put chlorine, you will be getting the same product, that is a CH3 CH2 Cl, ethyl chloride. Single product, only one product you will get. So this is also one MCP, one monochloro product. Here also you are getting one monochloro product. You may be getting confused that sorry, here C4 is there, CH4 is there, and here you brought it as a CH3 Cl. Then where is the fourth hydrogen bond? And also here two chlorine atoms are there. From that one only chlorine atom you have written here. Where is the another chlorine atom? That removed hydrogen and leftover chlorine together will come out as a byproduct. Byproduct is the one which is not our targeted product. Targeted product is this one, main product, and this will be called as a byproduct, which we do not care about it. Okay, na? So you can write the byproduct also, but this is not our point of discussion in this concept. Okay, na? And now coming to this one, you see, very importantly, you have to observe here. There are 8 hydrogens here, 3 plus 2 plus 3. 8 hydrogens are there. Is that all the 8 hydrogens are similar? Is that all the 8 hydrogens are similar? No. 2 hydrogens are of these hydrogens are of same type, that is a type A hydrogens, and these hydrogens are of another type. Whereas here this is a type A. Here all the hydrogens are of same type, but here these 3 and these 3 total, these 6 hydrogens are of one type, and these 2 hydrogens are of entirely different set from the first 6 hydrogens. If you remove any of the hydrogen from first 6 hydrogens, you will be getting the product CH3 CH2 CH2 Cl, one chloropropane. And if you remove, this is a product 1 due to HA. And if you substitute or remove type B hydrogen and put chlorine, then you will be getting another type of product, that is a CH3 CHCl CH3. This is a 2 chloropropane. This is a 1 chloropropane. This is a 2 chloropropane. So what these two are? 1 chloropropane and 2 chloropropane are positional isomers. So this is a compound 2 due to HB. So total, how many MCPs you are getting for this compound? For propane, we are getting 3 MCPs. Sorry, 2 MCPs we are getting for this compound. 2 MCPs. And these 2 MCPs are structural isomers, or in particular they are positional isomers. Understood this point? So 2 types of hydrogens are there here. Total 8 hydrogens. Remember, understand carefully. Total 8 hydrogens are there. 6 hydrogens are of one type, giving this product, and 2 hydrogens are of another type, giving this product. So how many types of hydrogens are there? How many types of hydrogens are there? Like this, A, B, C, D, E, F, like this. That many MCPs will be formed. So in order to know how many types of hydrogens are present, we will do chlorination and we will experimentally find out how many MCPs are there. From the number of MCPs, we will go back and say that the given compound, the given unknown compound is having that many types of hydrogens. Suppose if you are getting 5 MCPs, you will come to know that the compound is having 5 types of hydrogens, 5 different types of hydrogens. And such a type of hydrogens are only called as chemically different hydrogens. Chemically different hydrogens or non-identical hydrogens. These are identical hydrogens. All the 3 hydrogens are of same type. Within them, they are of same type. But one of the hydrogen from here and one of the hydrogen, if you compare between these two are non-identical hydrogens. The story of this hydrogen is different from the story of this hydrogen. Okay, na? Because they are leading to formation of different products. So they are only called as chemically different hydrogens or non-identical hydrogens or non-equivalent hydrogens. Non-equivalent hydrogens. Okay. Copy this page. Completed. You remember, na? Test is tomorrow only. Saturday only test is. Okay. Don't forget. Tomorrow, I think from 4 to 7. But still check the time. To what I remember, it was that time. but still check it and schedule something for Sunday. You can relax, no doubt, no problem. You can relax for some time, and also you can schedule for some topic or some chapter, some subject which you do not you have not completed earlier. Okay, try to complete that. It will give a lot of happiness. Next, Siddharth and Akash. Very good. So important points here. Very important to see the points. All the MCPs formed are structural isomers, in particular positional isomers. That already we have discussed. That already we have written. Number of MCPs formed. Number of MCPs formed is equal to the number of chemically different hydrogens. How many MCP? How many chemically different hydrogens are there? That many MCPs you will be getting. Then third one, only saturated carbons are hydrogens. Not all the hydrogens. Wherever the hydrogen is there, that you cannot replace by chlorine or the bromine. Only that hydrogens which are attached to sp3 carbon atom, that is saturated carbon attached to hydrogens only, can be substituted by halogens. That is another important point you have to remember. Don't substitute the hydrogens of double bonded carbons or triple bonded carbons. It is a photochemical substitution reaction. Hydrogen is removed and halogen is added. Therefore, substitution photochemical is because by using photons or by supplying sunlight, we are doing this substitution reaction. Therefore, it is photochemical substitution reaction. Then the types of monochloro products, structural isomers, whatever we have discussed in a structural, that is in particular they are positional isomers. So types of MCPs is directly proportional to types of chemically different hydrogens, and also inversely proportional to symmetry of the compound. The more is the symmetry of the compound, the lesser will be the number of MCPs formed. Limited number of MCPs will be formed if the molecule is symmetrical. If the molecule is unsymmetrical, then a large number of chemically different hydrogens will be possible, that so many MCPs will be formed during the reaction. Okay, na? This point I will explain you with the example in the next pages. Don't worry, remaining you copy this page. Completed. Is completed, Rishi and Narasimha. Now, these are some of the examples in which you have to practice to find out how many MCPs will be formed by these compounds. One example I will tell you. See, suppose if I take second compound. In the second compound, yeah, I will take it here. This is second compound, na? Like this. And also, see here, if you are not able to count it directly, at least you write the structure of the compound and then try to find out like this. So now in this compound, see, this is a methyl, this is a methyl. It doesn't mean that both are methyls, that is why both of their hydrogens are similar. It is that it is a symmetrical molecule. It can be cut into two equal halves. Through this plane, you can cut the molecule into two equal halves. Such a compound which can be cut into two equal halves by an imaginary plane is a symmetrical molecule. That means when you go either in this direction or in this direction, you will get the same structures. You see CH2, this side also CH2 you will get. CH3, this side also CH3 you get. And nothing after that, here also nothing after that. Understanding? So that is a symmetrical molecule. And in that one, these two hydrogens, that means 3 plus 3, total these 6 hydrogens are of same type. Any of the hydrogen you replace by a halogen from these 6 hydrogens, you will get a same product. And these two plus these two, these 4 hydrogens are of one type. This is a type B. So total 2 types of hydrogens are present, that you will be getting 2 MCPs. So when this compound is done with chlorination, you will be getting 2 MCPs. Just if you write 2 MCPs, if you write the number, that is sufficient. But for your understanding, I am giving in the form of structure. You see, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 1 chlorobutane, and another one is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 chlorobutane. These are the 2 MCPs. Structures you need not write. Just you need to write how many MCPs are possible. How many MCPs are possible. Understanding? So copy this page first. This example. Completed? Next page. Copy this one. Completed? So whenever you are not finding, you are not able to write the structure, right? You are not able to find how many MCPs are possible. So what you need to do, you have to write the structure of the compound like this. This compound I have converted into expanded structure. Like that, any of the compound you can convert into expanded structure and can check it. Clear? We'll go to the next page. Yes, Sai Tarun. Completed. Yes. These are the some more questions of the similar concept. MCP is there is some compound given. Its only molecular formula is given. Listen carefully. It's only molecular formula is given, and you are doing monochlorination. And with this, you got only one MCP. Only one MCP you got means all the 12 hydrogens are of same type. All the 12 hydrogens are of same type. So what can be the structure of the compound of this molecular formula to have all the 12 hydrogens are of same type? So that is what you have to find out. Similarly, second and third also. Remember that whenever aromatic is there, whenever benzene is there, benzene hydrogens, whatever benzene hydrogens are there, they will not be substituted. These hydrogens will not be substituted. Here, whatever hydrogens are there, they will be present as it is. Whatever the hydrogens are present here, that will be substituted. These hydrogens will be substituted. Okay. So that is another point you have to observe. So copy these questions also. Completed. Yes, Monish. Monish, you are not there. Yes. Okay. So we'll stop it here. And if you are having any doubts, you can ask. And those who do not have doubts, you can leave. No, by monochlorination, Gautam, single chlorine should be there in the product. Single chlorine, na? We are not doing a dichlorination, trichlorination, polychlorination. We are doing only monochlorination. Structure can be unsaturated, Monish, but in it here, I'll explain you here. The compound can be unsaturated like this. But in this one, these unsaturated carbon hydrogens will not be chlorinated. Only these hydrogens will be chlorinated, that when you do monochlorination, you will be getting CH2 double bond CH, CH2Cl. Understood? Du will be for a compound, not for a single atom. Du is in an organic compound, number of pi bonds and rings. If you want to form the pi bonds, 2 atoms are required. If you want to form the ring, minimum 3 atoms are required. That is also easy. Same like this only. What is there? You try first once. What is the problem here? Suppose here you see, this is sp2 carbon, sp2, 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 sp2. The hydrogens present on all these carbons will not be substituted. Only the hydrogen present on this carbon will be substituted. That is this one. That's all. The product you will be getting is CH2Cl. No, there will be no phosphorus. Om Shri Krishna, no problem. Sir, is there any single formula of DU? No. Single, oh yes, yes, it is there now. I have given now with a single formula. That is similar, same type. You try once. What is there? You are assuming that yes, this is complex, that it will not come. This is very difficult, that it will not come. You try to analyze it, Monish. Suppose this is there. I told you to write the expanded structure. Without writing, just by seeing how do we get the answers? This is a type A. This is a type B. And from here, whether you come this side or you come this side, it is same na. That means these two are of same type. This is type C. What is there in this one? 3 MCPs you will get. Sulfur 6 bonds, all 6 bonds will not be with the 6 atoms. Sulfur with the 6 bonds will be like this. So this side carbon chain, this side carbon chain, you have to compare. What is it? Completed. We'll close it. We'll close it here. So take care. We'll meet in the next lecture tomorrow. Solve these homework and also DPP and DPPs. We'll discuss tomorrow the DPPs. Okay, na?